Ain't no doubt about it. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And we are live with the one and only special guest today, the legendary man himself from back in the day of WRAP. I'm talking about the one and only, the Soul Ranger. How you doing today, Soul?
Doing good in the hood.
Hey, it's good. I'm glad you was able to come on and, share a little light on your career as well as, the things that you've been involved in throughout the years. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence. I learned a lot from you. And, as they say, let's give the people the flowers while they're living, because some of us forget that we didn't get to where we were by ourselves. We had somebody to help us and guide us along the way. I really appreciate you coming on and spending a few minutes of your, taking out of your business schedule. And I just want people to know that, with all the things that you have accomplished in your life, one of the important things that to me is when I met you, you was, doing things in the community for young people and, making sure they had a safe environment. And it's not that way no more in this day and time. So I want you to tell the people a little bit about your history of what you tried to do in the community to get our young people and keep them on the right track. And for the years I worked with you, you did a tremendous job. And like I keep telling people, a lot of things that was not done that's being done today, especially with safety in clubs or even in the schools today, they're using metal detectors. You were the first one that started using metal detectors to make sure that the young people came into buildings safe. And I learned that from you when I took over management at the Club Royal Blue. I implemented that there, but I got it from you. I keep telling people, sometimes we just don't tell the truth about things. We want to take credit for everything that works, but we won't tell the people who originally created those activities. But I'm gonna let you speak, because people might say, well, let the man talk for himself. So go ahead and let the people know you are the Soul Ranger. You are the keeper of keeping our young people safe back in the day. And
Well, Captain, I wanted to be safe myself.
yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't want to be in a place and somebody starts shooting.
Yeah.
It's never happened on one of my functions. I would probably say I've had more functions than anybody, DJ around here.
Yeah.
I remember I've seen the times I had 3 functions in one night.
Yeah.
And made them all. Yeah. But this is what really got me thinking years ago when Norfolk came up with a curfew.
Mm-hmm.
That was about me. A curfew. Say, all the kids got to be in the house by 11 o'clock. Right. You know what I mean? Oh, they know they had me. But they failed to realize is I went and got the form that you fill out and put it on the flyer where they could sign it, the parents could sign it, and that the parents that came out, this is at the, when I was doing the Ironworkers Hall, when the parents came out, I had a Norfolk police there and a Norfolk Sheriff Department, and they checked in their children.
Right.
Never had a problem, you know what I mean? So I had to use that technique, you know. They tried to stop it, but they need to have the problem out here now is they don't have anything to do, man, but, stand on a corner or, go over to somebody's house and drink and smoke weed and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that's out there. Because when I was out there, we always had something to do for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had skating rinks. They went to skate. We had the dancing. And then I had the competition. In a neighborhood that they told me that I couldn't control the young crowd that's going to be fighting and shooting. So I went to Tidewater Park to the recreation center out there, the Huntington YMCA.
Yeah.
And I had dance groups from every project, every neighborhood, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, all of them come there. Not one problem. What I liked about doing that is that they had little kids and their parents came. And their parents took my hand. I'm glad you got a safe place. Yeah. I had Norfolk police and sheriff department there.
Yeah.
We didn't ever have a fist fight. And it was crowded. And kids now, when you don't have anything to do, no telling what you're going to do. Right. You know, we got to figure like this, Captain. You and I were kids. Right. I mean, you know, when you had nothing to do, it was boring, especially in the summer. You know, kids need something to do in the summer. Now, Captain, I want to tell you something. I don't know if you remember, but you told me one day, I've been thinking about that for years. You said that the crime and don't happen until after 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. When kids get out of school. Right. You remember telling me that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then something? Yeah. When they get out of school, the crime starts. You know, I feel good that I never had crime with anybody. I feel good. Well, when this girl came up to me, told me, I was at the Virginia Beach Dome there. I went over and talked to both groups, gave them soda, gave them a hot dog, popcorn, and I gave them free passes to come for a whole month. Never had another problem. Right. You know, I looked out for people, and people looked out for me. Yeah. Because that is what keeps me moving. Because I know that I've done a good job, and not only I grew up in Portsmouth. They said that was rough. I never had a problem in Portsmouth. Yeah. You know? In Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Hampton, Newport News, you know, never had a problem. Only problem we ever had was down in North Carolina. Yeah. We had a show there, Captain. Yeah. And they want to take over the show and our money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, you know, you had to get gangster down there, you know. Yeah, in North Carolina. We thought it wouldn't be a problem, yeah. But we'll say one good thing about North Carolina, we went up to this club and the man didn't have no people. Right. Fountain Blue. I guarantee you that my name will pack the club. Yeah. Oh, I don't believe that. Yeah. And in 1-2 weeks, the other club was out of business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was enjoyable. And I enjoyed working with you too, Captain. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know. Well, I learned a lot from the experience. Because when I met you, it was just I was mostly private events and the Blue Hawaii. And, you know, when people call me, like Bobby J would call me and say, "Hey, man, can you do something for me?" And I'm like, "What's up?" He said, they need a DJ down at the Shriners. When we first opened the Shriners. He said, "Can you do that for me?" You know, I said, "I guess." I said, "Well, they need me. They need you now because they ain't got no DJ." It was right after the Fishbowl Parade. And I got there about 7 o'clock, and I wound up playing till 8 o'clock the next morning by myself. Wow. You know, 13 hours. And that was at the Shriners? When they first opened it, the new one on Queen Street, when they first built it. Yeah. Bobby J called me like, "Yo, man, you got to help me out." I said, "All right, I'll go down there." And then, you know, so working, you know, with you, you know, even the place you're talking about in Mupplesburg, that was Fountain Blue. And they got like, "Man, you know, I ain't got nobody on Fridays and Saturday nights." You know, you said, "Hey, look, we can pack. We could get them in here." And, you know, after 2, I think it was the 3rd week. Was that Shawan Beach? I think I don't know if it was Shawan. It was
It was
one. It was some kind of lake.
Yeah, lake. Right. Yeah, it was lake right down the street from Fountain Blue, and you had to drive, and they'd be packed. Oh, he said nobody can get that crowd. They pack every Saturday. Nobody's going. You're not gonna get that crowd from there. Hey, so we went down there like what, a couple of weeks promoting it. The next thing I know, the people was over there. The people was over at our dance. It was so many cars. I mean, so many people. He didn't even have enough food and whatever refreshments that he sold. Food. He sold out by, I think, by 12:30 or 1:45. He said, they kept coming and said, man, he said, stop announcing. We ain't got no more food, man. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got no more water.
Good old Murfreesboro, North Carolina.
Yeah. So, like people, I can tell people, they don't know what a person can do until once you get the opportunity. But when you get the opportunity, you got to recognize that somebody you was out there doing that work. See, that's what, when I met you doing the work, like I said, you were doing, that was an adult event, but you the one, that's where I got the birthday parties with, because I keep telling people, no, I don't create. What I do is I improve on something that I learned. You were doing the birthday parties because we went over to Newport News to the park. And you said, we're going to Newport News on Sunday. So I'm gonna pick you up about about 2 o'clock. We're gonna go over there, and I'm going over there and talk to the car clubs. He said the vet club be over there. Now, if I can get them to come down to the Fountain Blue, man, that's gonna be a stomper. And the guy said, yeah, we can come down there. And he wrote down to about 25 or 30 vets.
Kicked it off.
Hey, but it was because of you they came.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people don't understand, when you have a rapport with people and they support your brand and what you're trying to do, and they didn't even hesitate. They said, when you want us there? You said, next week. And they said, okay, what time? You said, well, about 10:30, and they were there. And all I know after that, them people start rolling in when they saw them back. It won't number standing room and stuff. But like I said, is you put in a lot of work, from I know I rode down a couple. I never played with you or worked there. Lake Gaston. You had so many places. Tell them about those, man. The place that you had, in Chesapeake, you had the City Light?
City Light in Chesapeake.
Yeah. And so a lot of people today, remembers that, because I knew a friend of mine that used to come to Luxury Brown. She said, I used to go to City Lights with the Soul Ranger. And she now works in DC, So I'm just saying is people don't resonate with the celebrity status that you accumulate with the number of people, the families, the parents, and stuff. And when it was time for the, when the parents called you and they like, even when the kids didn't have nowhere to go, the parents was like, hey, we want our kids to have somewhere safe to go. And they went to when we had the meeting with the city. You remember that one?
Man, yes, sir. They thought they had us over at the Royal Blue on Little Creek Road.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, they put a black man out there to get us out.
Yeah.
And we heard that they were coming.
Yeah.
And that night we were having a buffet. Mm-hmm. These young teenagers, they have a buffet, enjoying it, good food, everybody's laughing and joking.
Yeah.
Cops come up there, where the dancing at?
Yeah.
Ain't no dancing. We are a restaurant as well as a lounge.
Right.
And they got us.
Yeah.
And he could never get us.
Yeah. Because
everything.
Yeah.
I know, to destroy us. I can't think of his name.
Andre Foreman.
Andre Foreman, nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
But I ran across some girls that told me he got a little high.
Yeah.
Some people told me they hang out with him. I said, ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was Norfolk hired him to stop the black clubs.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the city started trying to stop all the black clubs, and they hired the black man to come and shut us down, but they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We did everything right.
Yeah, because you had went and talked to the civic leagues over at Norview and other places, and they said you had them to come to the meeting. Andre Foreman said, "Look, this is my meeting. They ain't coming in here.
Yeah.
You didn't set this meeting up. The Vice Mayor Green set the meeting up for us to sit down and talk and work things out and make sure that we coordinate everything with the 3rd precinct and everything." And he said, well, that's not happening. Okay. But like I explained to people, and like the kids, they would come to me and you and say, "Oh, we just need somewhere to go. We have nowhere to go." And when you listen to young people and they so sincere, I mean, these are our kids, our neighbors' kids, and you want us to say we ain't gonna try to do something to keep them safe so they can have a good time to relax. When they know our makeup, they know our DNA, they know that if we are locked in or locked down, that is mental health issues going to occur, because our nature is to dance, our nature is to have fun. And if you take that away, you have chaos. But even with you today, you're doing radio now. What station you on there, so that people want to listen to you, when you're on? And
WBXB. As FM 100.1. You have to listen to it on the internet because we don't go into it. Suffolk, Franklin, Southampton County, Rocky Mount, up to Raleigh. So they definitely can get me on the internet. I'm only working on the weekends.
On weekends? Oh, okay. Yeah, the internet is easy to get now, so people can tune in on the internet, and like I said, we have to learn to support ourselves and get more involved with supporting one another. And that's that. Like I said, is every job. I mean, every career move or something to me is learning to improve. So when I was working with you, like I tell people, I wasn't a teen dance. I didn't DJ at the teen dances, but I worked with you to make sure that the way you wanted your parameters set up at different events, and making sure that the safety, the inside safety as well as the outside, was coordinated with the security inside and out, that we could make a smooth transition. And that's I learned in working with you. From
you know something, Captain. I've been thinking about something. When I hooked up with DJ Bobby Roscoe, and we really were on top of the world.
Yeah.
I got to bring him in. And what happened is that we had booked the Scope Exhibition Hall. This is an Easter dance. And they had some rappers upstairs. They had about 4 or 5 rap groups. And a guy came to me and said, "Man, you're going to have to cancel." I said, "What do you mean?" "Oh, everybody got to go to the rap show." I said, "Not in Norfolk, buddy. In Norfolk is a DJ town."
Right.
They love the local DJs. I had all the DJs. We had about 5,000 people. They had about 200. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We and teenagers, DJs in the area have really been influencing people. And that's what I like about it.
Yeah. I want to send a shout out to some of the people that's listening. You got your boy. Let me see. Oh, I got one of my young ladies that does Serena Mann in Portsmouth. She does a daycare center. She just did a big event over in Portsmouth on Saturday because she does things and helping the community out in a big way. And she's watching. And let me see, can I bring it back up? Because I just saw people. Let me see, go here. I think I saw Angelo Lamar that was watching.
Angelo Lamar, I used to work with him at 103.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's in New Jersey now.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, he's in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, people are watching. When you come on, you gotta get, the old school people that used to work with you, and
Captain, let me tell you something. All the top DJs around here came through Soul Ranger.
Yeah.
This includes the Buddha Brothers.
Yeah.
Dr. Spade.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott used to be my rap woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Timberland used to be one of my DJs with DJ Rob. Both of them was, DJing together.
Yeah.
So all these people that are successful, they came through me.
Right.
They all work with me, because if you want to learn, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
And I taught a lot of people for entertainment around here because I love to hear a DJ get on there and mix the music and the beat and the people. And I learned something too from DJ Rob. He said, don't look at the people bass, look at the beat. And they can tell you can tell you playing the right song.
Right. Yeah.
Watch the beat. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're now the DJs aren't popular like they used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
they got to have guidance. They still have to have guidance. And
right.
I don't know what's wrong with this city. If you try to get with them, they try to, partner with them, and they'll do everything but listen to the people that know.
Right.
I mean, I know because we have been in the streets and they grew up with listening to you on the radio. They listen and they respect. When you get the respect of people, they ain't gonna disrespect you. They won't do that. You might have a couple knuckleheads that don't know, but when it comes to the people that know, they're not gonna disrespect. So when these are the people like you and me. I mean, I've talked to people. I'm talking to their grandmothers, and the kids that come up. These are grown men. When I was at Chevy's, and I was outside talking to the security or something, and this guy walked past. Said, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Did he just call you Captain85?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Man, you're not gonna believe this." I said, "Well, what's that?" He said, "I was sitting at the table with my grandmother just the other night, and your name came up, and I cannot wait to get back home to tell her I met you." I said, "Oh, yeah, okay, thanks. I appreciate that." So when people don't understand, your name still carry weight. The Soul Ranger still carry weight in the street because the kids' parents used to come to your events. What part they don't understand? What part they don't understand when to them in their mind is, if you're doing anything, you do it free and we'll pay who we want to pay to do it. Well, if you're paying people, how come it ain't working?
Right.
I mean, you the city. You got all the money in the world at your disposal and people. But how come your program ain't working? You want to blame it on everybody else. You can't blame it when you got professional. It's just like asking Michael Jackson to come here if he was still living, to come here to perform for free. Well, I know you're Michael Jackson, but we ain't got no money to pay you. But the experts, the ones that gonna go do the work, the ones that parents are gonna listen, the parents going to tell their child. Because because I didn't, we had maybe one incident where the girl, she wasn't fighting. I just put her out because somebody said she was going to fight. Then after I put her out, she got her mother to come with her to beg to come back in, and that's because her mother knew you. And when she came up, she said, well, my daughter, I said, well, that's because it was too loud. I said, I'm the manager. Let me go across the street and talk to you. She said, I don't know what my daughter done. I said, she really didn't do anything. I just put her out because I didn't want anything to happen. And I told her, when she get back in, she had to bring you. She said, she would say, I told my daughter about running with these fast girls and stuff. But if you would let her back in, I promise you, she would never cause you any more problems. And if she do, I'm going to give you my number and I will personally come up here. So we had the respect of not just the kids. You had the respect of the parents, because you had some parents, they were chaperoning.
Right.
They would sit there in the teen dance and make sure there was no problems going on.
Right.
So when people take for granted that people just doing something, but when you got we got 8-9 security, you had deputy sheriffs. Well, how are you supposed to pay them? How are you supposed to pay the DJs? How are you supposed to pay for the building? They don't look at that. They just saying, their word is, when it comes to black people, you're just trying to make money. But the other minority, the other groups can do it. Aren't they making money? Ain't they paying? Ain't they charging?
Right.
So with our people, we suffer because they're always condoning us that we're trying to make money. You have to make money to pay for the activities that are going on. Ain't nobody going to walk away rich. You're not walking away rich. The richness is our young people has a history and know things that they can relate to as they become adults. And they begin to take that knowledge and raise their kids the same way. They're not doing that today.
Right. Captain, I like to say one other thing.
Sure.
Years ago, there was a gang called Ebony Playboys,
Yep.
Pepsi Boys, and 7-Eleven Boys, right?
Yeah.
And the Ebony Playboys, they were boys out of Chesapeake.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is we was doing a dance, and the Norfolk boys came there over in Chesapeake,
mm-hmm.
and it was going to be a big fight.
Yeah.
So I said, give me two from each group. Let's go outside. I said, now y'all don't need to be fighting. There was at the bingo hall in College Park.
Yeah.
I said, y'all, everybody talk about y'all, how bad y'all are. I want you to show people. I'm gonna take pictures tonight. How y'all dancing, had a good time.
Right.
Hands, let's have a good time. Anything you want to eat is on me. Boom, had a good time. Didn't have a problem.
Right.
Back in the day, people feared the Ebony Playboys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never had a problem with them.
Yeah. Yeah, because they respect you. We did a teen dance down in Franklin.
Right.
With no security. No security. No fight. And it was right after a football game. Packed.
Right.
You went to Lake, what was that, down in North Carolina?
Washington?
Yeah, it was a little Washington where we had to go through the gate, go way back up there. In Little Washington. Man, packed. Nobody fighting. Everybody was having a good time. And it's just that young people have to have an avenue to socialize and have fun and dancing. That's all they're doing is dancing.
Yep.
So like I said, but you had the rapport with their parents.
Right.
When we used to go out, I used to go out with you, put out flyers, and I'm like, I study everything. Like I keep telling people, I'm gonna study everything I do. I'm gonna the do's and don'ts. I'm gonna dot all the I's and I T's, because you never stop learning. Everything is a learning experience. So when working with you, I was still learning my craft because I never actually did team dances. So working with you, I got to experience working with young people. I mean, I had kids myself, but at the same time, you learn that they got feelings. When they would, come and talk to you, please keep this place open. Please don't let them shut it down. We ain't got nowhere to go. That,
Right.
that resonates with your, why can't they have somewhere to go? Why can't they have place, So that's what I admired, when it came to you. You was out there, you know, making sure that they had a place to go. We went from there to Newport News. I mean, it wasn't a city that you weren't in about every week.
Yeah, I was in all the 7 cities.
Yeah. And that's what I try to get people to understand is, like I try to explain to them, I'm known in all 7 cities, not mostly as a DJ, but I work with teens. And teens, as they grow older, they become adults. What part you don't understand? That those are the kids that was coming to Soul Ranger events and activities. Now they're grown. Now they're coming to the adult events that are, so when people don't truly understand how in this area everybody migrates, and once people get to know people, it's just holding them together with activities. And like I said, you always had, you had you was with Bobby Roscoe, you had DJ Rob, you had the what's his name? My daughter's cousin, Chef. He was at my daughter.
Oh, Chef.
Yeah, because he was he was my daughter's uncle. My daughter just passed away, and he was at the funeral. And because he plays with the motorcycle,
Yeah, he played a lot of more Chef. Yeah.
yeah. So I had talked to him for a brief, but I told him I was going to call him. I had a chance to may get around to it today, later on this evening. But these are the people that was there. I mean, everybody, the twins, Ron and the twins.
Ron and twin, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are.
Ron and twin, he's still with me. We do some parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ron and twin. And what about from Portsmouth, the Portsmouth All Stars?
Yeah, the late great. He was came a Royal Horseman, the Master Blaster.
Right,
man. Hey, I'm just telling you, people don't understand the opportunities and avenues that you gave the young DJs in this area. And I think, people just forget that the Bible said no man is an island unto himself. We're not, we have to integrate and educate our young people to let them know the guns ain't the way. That's the pipeline, the prison, or to the cemetery. They got talents. They just want to be what it is. All this talent that they got is bottled up on the inside. And they're not allowed to express it. Everybody that go out for a football team don't make it. Everybody go out for basketball don't make it. Everybody that wants to play in the bands and stuff, they can't afford it. But where do they get to express themselves? When you was doing what you were doing. That's a whole different generation. That's why this generation is the way they are. Because once they shut down the teen dances and all the places that you was making sure that was safe, then people came along and didn't care about them safety. They just cared about the money.
Yeah, I cared about the safety.
Right. So, it's hard to fathom, I mean, at my age now, you never thought you would see a day where people didn't have a chance to just enjoy growing up, you know.
Right.
And that's what's been taken away from our community. You know, you had the skating arena on George Washington Highway in Newport News. I mean,
Virginia Beach, hey goods in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, and you had the Virginia Beach Dome before they tore it down.
The Dome, it's at the Dome.
Yeah. So all these places are historical events, but they look at our children, the children today, like, oh, we ain't caring nothing about that. You're gonna do what I say do, or else. So you're bullying them. So where do you think they learn bullying from? Where do you think they learn bullying from when the people that's in charge are bullying them? And now they say, well, hey, I'm gonna bully somebody back. Because if you show them love, they know love. They know not to. Like I keep telling people, when I was going to school in elementary, ain't nobody bullied me. Nobody. They tried, but I had neighbors, and then my neighbors had friends say, look out for, because they always called me the little man. Anyway, about when I was, my mom, you know, because I stayed in Prentice Park, and when I had to go to, you know, but in special education class, you got to you can't go to elementary after you turn 14. You got to go to middle school, and of course I was in Prentice Park. They sent me to S.H. Clark. My mom say, "You're not going to that school."
I went
there. No, bro. I went there 2 weeks. My mom got me out of there in 2 weeks. You know, people were like, my next door neighbors would tell his friends, look out for him. Don't let nobody bother him. And they say, yo, little man, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If anybody try to do anything, just say my name and watch them run. They used to fight at S.H. Clark. When I was, they would fight, and the teachers go back in the room and fight.
When I was going to S.H. Clark, a guy hit the principal.
I believe it. You know,
there was some rough times in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
I grew up there in Portsmouth.
Yeah, same place. You know, but like I said, I wasn't when I was growing up as a teen, I didn't go out. I was in church. You know, I learned I was in the choir. You know, I went to Fourth Baptist Church. I'm still there now. I also joined when I got a little older, about 19 or 20, I started going to a holiness church with the Reverend Ella Dandy. And I went there for about a year or two, and I still would go to my church. But man, you know, that was sanctified church, bro. We played tambourine. That's why I learned how to play the tambourine, sing. Man, we would get out of there like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You know, so all the things I learned through the years, I coordinated that into being a DJ. That's why I talk the way I talk when I'm DJing. I learned that from my preacher. My preacher was S.L. Scott, you know. So I'm saying, I like the way he talk. So I start mimicking him. And throughout the years, you know, I improved it. You know, even when I love Soul Ranger. There is no danger in knowing the Soul Ranger. You know, so I imitate the voices that I heard on the radio. Hey, baby, this is your baby bouncing boy, Bobby J, and I come to play. Hey, I'm the master storyteller. I'm coming through Alabama now. The train is coming. You know, get up in the morning, get up from there. Because these are the characters that we live with.
I'm gonna tell you, a guy who spoke highly of you. I talked to him about 2-3 weeks ago. We talk every once a week. And Maurice Ward, he said, man, that guy, he said you had some enthusiasm and you wanted to be in the music business. You came by and checked every time a new song came into his record store.
Yeah, I spent money.
He talked highly of you, man.
Yeah, he was the one, because I had went to Studio 54, the original Studio 54 in New York, and my brother, you know, he was we went there, and he was a member of the Playboys Bunny Club, and we went there, and Studio 54 was having a Halloween party, and he said, I got tickets, so you know, you need to come up, you know, and I came up, and my wife at the time, my first wife, and I wore my Captain 85 costume, and I told Maurice Ward that I said, man, when I walk, man, that place is like 3 levels, man. It was like over 10,000 more people in that building. It was the old Ed Sullivan building, and then I was leaving. Every floor I went on, paparazzi were just taking my pictures. I mean, you got celebrities in there. I mean, this is just not just regular people. You had to have a ticket, or they pick you to come in. And I went in, and I was everywhere I went. About 8 or 9 paparazzi. They had like about 50 or 100 paparazzi in there. Everywhere I went, they're like, "Yo, stand over there, let me take your picture." Blah, 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 blah. So when I got back, I told Maurice Ward. He was the one saying, "Hey, man, you should not let them do that." I said, "Why?" He said, "Man, because they can steal your idea, man. Do you have it copywritten?" I said, "No." He said, "Man, you need to get a lawyer to copyright it." And that's what I did. He told me one week. The next week, I hired Larry Lindow. And Lindow copyrighted trademark my Captain 85. So like I keep telling people, the people, Maurice, I was in his record shop every week.
Yeah, he was in that shop. He was loose.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, everybody that I knew, Bobby J, "Hey, baby, come on in. I got you today, baby. Come on." I leave my paycheck there. I was only making $1 an hour. 8 tracks. 8 tracks was the thing back when Bobby J had his record shop. And, I stayed in his, Maurice Ward. Then I went to Rucker Bar when they opened in Tower Mall. And then I was at Bob Fields when he was over there with 103 in the shopping center.
Park Avenue, yeah.
Yeah, because Bob Field was the one saying, "Hey, man, anything you want to know about DJing, come to my record store, and I'll tell you how to build." He's the one that told me how to build my DJ set.
Right.
And we became good friends and stuff. And he said, "Anything you need to know, just come out. I'll tell you, I'll help you out," and stuff of that. So I've learned from. I had great teachers. And all I try to do is keep passing it on to other people, and stuff. And you can't do it by yourself. And then you can't do things and not make documentation. That's why I appreciate you coming on today to expand that. Because once this is recorded, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on links, it's everywhere. So, like I said, I want you to tell the people again when you come on, how they can reach you, or on the internet, what's the call letters. I got it running across the screen as well. WBXB 100.1. So in what time of the day are you on with that?
I'm on from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday night.
Okay. So like I keep telling people, it's a lot of things that we can do. And of course, you've been nominated with the Presidential Award.
Yeah, I got the Presidential Award.
And that's history within itself. And your picture still is down at the library down in Norfolk, and I think it'll be up to next month, of all the DJs and people in radio down. I can't think of the place now. What is the
library downtown?
Yeah, downtown Norfolk.
Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street. Yeah, that library down there.
Is it called Curry Memorial?
No. Yeah, I get to talking and I forget stuff. I'll find it. But I'll put it up later.
Cap, I'm not going to coach you, but I should know that because when I was going to Norfolk State, I had to catch the bus from Mount Calvin Manor. Then I got on the tunnel bus. Then I got over there by that library and got on the bus to go to Norfolk State. I caught all the buses in one day to go through.
Yeah. That's the thing is, I should have made notes. I keep forgetting to make notes, and I'm setting up for 2 interviews because once I finish with you, I'm doing another interview with Ike Owens.
Right.
And like I keep telling people, is we all have an opportunity to voice our opinions about things. We have a right, but we have to leave a legacy so that young people can know our history. They can't do us no more like they did our ancestors. You know, we're gonna tell the story. We're gonna tell your story. No, 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 no. I do this because you're not telling the story of my community as long as I can continue to record and do things, you know. And that's the reason why I do what I do. And that's why I appreciate you coming on, because you are a legend. You are the legend. You are what young people.
Right. Captain, can I say one last thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Is that Bob Fields taught me how to be a gentleman to people.
Right.
And I give him all the credit in the world.
Oh, man.
I was at the club and somebody come in there and said, Bob, I don't have no money. He said, come on in. What you eating? What you drinking?
Right.
That's what I did at City Lights. See, I don't drink alcohol.
Right.
You know, but the bartenders would bring me alcohol, and the people that would come to me and say, so you gonna help me out tonight? Yeah, I used to give them free drinks, give them food.
Right. Yeah.
I treated him right. I learned that from Bob Fields. That's why everybody loved that man. He was a good man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The same thing with me, Bob. Even when I got, you know, when I was at the when I took over Mr. Magic, and then I got fired after I helped him get open and everything. And Bob called me and said, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "What do you mean?" No, this ain't no conversation for me. I asked you what's going on. What is this? You not at Mr. Magic no more? I said no, because they say I know what I was doing, and they fired me. Well, Charlie Kidd fired me, and because he tried to tell me how to run the club, and then it didn't work out the way he wanted it. Because I keep trying to tell them, black people don't wait till the last minute. They already scheduled to go to some out of town for the holiday, 4th of July. Ain't nobody coming in here, bro. You know, he didn't want to listen. So he gets mad with me, tell me, okay. So I'm running around doing everything. I'm taking care of everything. So, you know, and then George Menz had helped him get, I brought George Menz in to help him get their liquor license. After they done been, yeah. And after he helped them get their liquor license, they said they didn't want him in the building no more. I said, well, that ain't happening. I said, as long as I'm here, he'll be here. You own the club then? I said, yeah. Then I almost got in a fight with him because he's come raise. Don't raise your voice. We can talk all we want to. But you raising your voice to me is like you want to fight. That's all I know. You went octane too high. I don't care who he is. It don't frighten me, you know. But what happened is I told Bob, and Bob said, okay, I just needed to know, because he called me saying he wanted me to send my people. I got to send my people down there to help manage it to him, because they wanted Boss would have been running that and Broadway. But after I told him that, he said, okay, thanks for telling me. Look, I'm pulling all my people out of Mr. Magic. All of them, as of tonight. That's the last, the day. Yesterday was the last day. He fired you, he fired me. So don't even worry about it. And then he said, hey, you need anything? I said, no, I don't need nothing. He said, come on, don't act like, you know, you got money. If you need something, you come down here and see me. And I'm broke as a dog. I don't take money from people. But you know, I done lost my job there, lost my job, and it was a rough time then. But what happens is it learns to show you who's in your corner. And Bob Fields was always in your corner when it came to something, you know. And I haven't spoken to his wife lately. I maybe about 4 or 5 years now. But even when I spoke to her, she would say, you know, my husband always spoke highly of you. I said, oh, he did. She said, I just wanted you to know that, because he always talked about you, you know. And I said, I appreciate you letting me know that. And the thing is, we don't want to pass on the flowers of those that helped us. Right. You know, we all fall short of grace. We all had somebody somewhere along the way to say, hey, come on over here. We got you. We got you. And that's what it was. But today, it ain't like that. You know, in some areas, everybody's like it's fending for themselves. You come along, hey, man, you old, this and that. You know, they just did a mirror down at the old 103 studio off Virginia Beach Boulevard. They got all, yeah. They got all. No, they moved it, but I guess they got like a museum or something because they paint. They had, or one of my friends that paints. She's very talented. They paint a mirror in there with all the DJs of 103 Jams. You know, the Buddha Brothers and most of the young DJs that are out there now. Jack of Spade. You know, they got a big mirror on the wall. In there. So
you know, I was with the regionals at that station.
Yeah, yeah.
When
I know.
Willis had it and opened up, it was me, Bobby J, the Master Storyteller.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But
we were there.
They don't expand on the legacy. They don't expand. And with Phil Nelson and starting the Black National radio announcers in the Hampton Roads, that brings a lot of light to the history of what you've done. You know, Bobby J and Chester Benton, Chester's brother. I mean, all the people that people would have not known if it wasn't for Phil Nelson starting this organization and making it a national, making it national. I mean, this is for the history books, you know, and when people don't recognize what some people go through, and also shout out to the young lady, Glenda Parrish, that also helped put this stuff together and research and document. All this stuff is right now down at the library on
downtown.
Yeah, down at
speaking of Phil Nelson, you know, Phil came through Soul Ranger too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Phil, I met him when he was Warwick High School. I used to do the Saturday night dances. Me and Bobby Roscoe on Saturdays at the Newport News at Warwick High School.
Oh, man.
And he came there and I started working with him. I started letting him play at the skating rink over there in Hampton and Newport News.
Okay. And
yeah, good guy.
That's what people need to know. And that's why I appreciate you coming on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show and expanding on the knowledge and the education and the history of our community. Because the things that you've done with the young people is unprecedented and probably would never be done again in this area. Never be done again. I mean, Fridays and Saturdays. And you also, back in the day, even before I met you, you was at the Scope doing the real, I mean, sold out. Packed.
Oh, yeah.
With teams.
Yeah, sold out at Norfolk Scope.
Yeah. So people don't know, you know, that's your legacy. And when people don't think or talk about the things that were accomplished, but always trying to condemn or criticize people for trying to give our young people an environment. Because if they see that, they hear that, that will inspire them to want to be DJs. A lot of stations don't nobody want to be on the radio. Even in college. Radio? You sign up for no radio. you know, so when they don't understand is the legacy that y'all done at WRAP is unprecedented in this area. From 103 Jams with the Bishop, you know, all this stuff. He gave people jobs. Yep. You know, so they don't realize, you know, for Black men to own over 40 or 50 radio stations.
Yeah, that Black man, he had a lot of the radio stations.
Yeah. So it's the phenomenon to be in the presence, or, you know, like I tell people, is to me, it's fascinating and amazing. You know, like I keep telling people, I'm not a celebrity. The people that I talk to are the celebrities. I'm just somebody reporting, and I'm just the person that records everything and document. I guess that's why most people don't like me, because you can't tell me anything when I already got it on tape. I got everything on tape. I got footage all the way back. I got footage of. I wanted to do something because I got different hard drives that they on. But I'm gonna bring you back when I get I'm gonna find my hard drive. I got you with the dances that you used to do out there in Tidewater Park. You know, those step shows, man. Yeah, I mean, packed 500, 600, 700 people on a Sunday. Ain't nobody fighting. Nobody fighting. You know, I'm just it's sad because that's where the people was creative, man. These people, you know, these step shows that should have been in the Olympics. They had the breakdancing. The step shows should have been in the Olympics. These people choreograph stuff.
They used to do the break dancing down at Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
The Civic Center.
Yeah, man. You've been to a lot of places, you know. But like I said, is for those that may not be aware and those that may not get to tell you thank you on behalf of the young people in the community. I want to say thank you for doing what you're doing, and you watching you and working with you. That's what inspired me to continue to do what I do today.
And I'm glad that you have continued this. And one time is running out for me, but I just want to say two things.
Yeah, go ahead. You got the flow.
That I had a thing called the MFA, the Music Funk Association.
Right.
DJ Rob, when he played this song, music, and I was saying, turn them off, turn them on,
yeah,
turn them off, turn them on.
Yeah.
If you're drinking wine, pour it out. Show some respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoy doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Then you like.
I enjoy doing that, man.
And when you did your show, you know, if you're riding down the street, flick them off, cut them off, cut them on, cut them off, cut them off. You know.
And I told them, don't do no drugs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Now you're disrespecting the Soul Ranger.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And drinking. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't a drinking man, and I never got into drugs.
Right.
You know?
And the other thing, you gave teens, you paid teens, you gave them jobs because you paid them to help put out flyers in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I paid them. Yeah, gave people employment.
Yeah, so
especially during the summertime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know.
So people don't know because you know they busy working, raising a family, and all the other things that go on. But young people need to know that life is not over. Go in the house and stay there when you get off. 9 o'clock, be in the house. Because there ain't nothing on the street after 9 o'clock if you ain't at a Soul Ranger performance. You know, you can't even do a Soul Ranger performance now, you know, because, you know, it's hard when a legacy that helped raise majority of the adults that got kids today, they came to your event.
Yes.
And that's the thing that people don't recognize or realize. Most of those adults, I mean, I run into them. Like I said, I be places or standing out talking, and people like, you know, yo, you used to be with the Soul Ranger, you know, I used to security work and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember, you know, and guys like you know, people always respected the fact that you had a safe environment. You know,
yeah, safe environment. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that you remember Sheriff Knapp? Norfolk Sheriff,
yeah,
chief, head of and they were the inmates were trying to take over the jail. And they called me.
Oh wow!
To come in and talk to them. And told the guys, man, this ain't the way to be. Somebody can get hurt. Somebody might get shot. Somebody might get killed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's write down what you want in better conditions. But because in that jail, man, they had 6 of them people there on the floor on a mattress in one little room.
Wow.
It was terrible at the city jail back then for black people.
Yeah.
You know? And I was able to calm the guys down and everything went straight, man. You know, after that, I never heard any more problems from Norfolk City Jail.
Right. And that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah.
You know, bringing people in that people respect. See, the streets have respect, but they got to respect you in order if they don't respect you, you ain't got you're not stopping nothing. But if they respect you, they already know. Like even when I went to the main event and a fight broke out when I was there when I first started, and I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm gonna quit. I'm not used to this crazy stuff, you know. And I went out there trying to break up a fight, and the guys grabbed me from behind. 2 guys say, "Hey, what you doing? You're the DJ. If you get hurt, there ain't no party. Let them fight." you know, they were, you know. So like I keep trying to explain to people as a whole, you have to get the respect of the people you want to help. If you don't have the respect of the young people, how do you expect to stop what's going on in the community?
You're right. Calvin, speaking of the main event, when I used to do them parties at that day in the 12:30, I used to go head over there for the main event to close, and everybody went to Hardee's.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A gentleman by the name of Sir Pie was the funniest man.
Yeah.
He put on a show every weekend, joking, laughing, and boy, I had the best time of my life, man. When I used to go to the after party at the main event,
right?
Well, he was a funny guy, Sir Pie, man.
Yeah.
He
has a great talent.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man. All those guys in the main event, because that main event was the only club I know in Norfolk that had a crowd every night.
Yeah, 7 nights a week.
Can match that.
7 nights a week, and Monday night was our biggest night.
Right.
Biggest night because there won't nobody else open. And the numbers, you know, I mean, that's closed now. They never that place would have over 700 or 800 people there.
Yep, the main event.
Yeah, and you know, like you tell people, we had fun. It wasn't, you know, people didn't really. Every now and then somebody might get out of hand, but it didn't last long. But the thing is, what I remember is that the people had fun. That's all. That's all I remember. When people came in, they had fun, and they left. They went to the Hardee's. They went to all the restaurants. Where they go now? The club lost. The city lost millions of dollars in revenue.
Right.
By the clubs being closed. By the Afro-American Community Club, they lost millions of dollars, and you know, this franchise people from making a living, because people that went to college worked at the clubs. That's how they paid their tuition. That's how they got their books. You know, so. But I gotta run. You got any more closing words?
If you ever run across Sir Pie, man, please let me know.
Oh, I hope that. Yeah, me too. I'll check out. You know,
Sir Pie. I'll tell you, when he was working, he worked at the station too.
Oh yeah.
And the manager, he did said something so way out and crazy and funny that the manager got out of his bed or something and rode all the way to the station and snatched the mic and took it home. That's how funny he was.
Hey man, we had some.
And he learned. He came from the Captain85 school. You know.
Yeah. We had. You know, we had some great.
A heart attack came from the Captain85 school.
Right. Yeah. You know, so like I keep telling people, we work as a team, and keeping something going and letting people know that, hey, if you work together, you nobody can outshine nobody. God gave all us talents. When you believe in spirituality, everybody's on the same level. We just got to learn to respect everybody's level of what gifts God gave them. You know, I didn't birth myself. I didn't create what I know. I create what my spirit allows me to manifest. And if you can't help people along the way, then your living will be in vain. That's all I know what the scriptures say. So, like again, I want to thank you. And hey, I'm going to probably bring you back on when I get those videos downloaded. So
I'm always ready to help you, Captain, because you helped me years ago.
Yeah, we help. We help each other. You know, like I said.
Captain, you remember this? You remember? I think you was driving my car and the car broke down.
Yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent me back to North Carolina. After we've been up 3 o'clock in the morning, I had to come bring. I got to be to work. I got to be on the air at 6 o'clock, man. I got to go. We got to go. And then like, oh man, you got to go pay that. Let me go to the bank, get this deposit, take it back there. What? You want me to drive all the way back? I don't know. Watch it by myself. Hey man, we got to get that date. And I had to drive all the way back down there and all the way back by myself. And then I had to come pick you up for you to drop me off after you got off the air. But those are the things that you learn that make you learn endurance. I learned endurance because I got up at 3 o'clock that day and didn't get back home to 12 or 1 o'clock the next day.
The next day,
but the learning experience is you learn the endurance. You learn that where there's a will, there's a way. You can't take nothing from somebody that I tell people, I don't know anything. Whenever I do something, I don't know nothing. But I'm going there to learn. But when I learn it, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. Once I learned everything, I dot all the I's and T's when I do something. So when I learn it, it's not a job I've been on, or not a job I can accomplish with people or by myself. Once I learn it, you can't tell me anything because God is going to give me what I need. He's given me the vision to do that, and the people that got more knowledge than me. I don't have. We all have a knowledge, but we also have to learn to listen to others and be appreciative that God has put us in a place where we can learn and pass it on. Because like I keep telling people, the worst question somebody asks, and I'll cut that short, is that they say, if you had a chance to speak to someone dead, who would you want to speak to? And my spirit says, why would I want to speak to someone dead? What they did is in a book. Why ain't you taking the kids to the senior citizen place where all these teachers, doctors, and lawyers are sitting there waiting for their kids to pick them up to take them back home to put them in the bed? Why you can't take them there and talk to those people? They're the one that's got the knowledge. It's not making sense. So, like I said, I want to thank you for coming on. And this is just part one of another part. You've been listening and watching the Soul Ranger, who's now at WBXB 100.1 on the World Wide Web. And it gives what days that you're on so they can join you?
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, what time is that?
10 to 2.
10 to 2. P.M. Oh, there you go. If you're going to the club or leaving the club, catch it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Soul Ranger. Thank you so much, Soul Ranger.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye. But that's it for today, y'all. Well, you've been listening and watching the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. I'm ending this show, but I'm coming back with part 2 today. The part 2, because I'm bringing on the one and only Ike Owens is coming on. And he's going to come on and tell us some things that he got coming up and the things that he got going on for the end of summer. So stay tuned. I'll be right back, but this will be a video conference call. So if you're here, come back when I come back on live on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. All right, part 2 coming up in about 5 minutes.